Buen Camino. So my grandson and a friend from church and I are planning to do a fall Camino this year. September 15th is when we take off. We're only going to be doing from Osprey to Santiago and then an excursion to Finisterre. So I was asked to do another packing list because people were curious. It's like, how did you get it down to 7 pounds? Don't overpack, please. So just real quick, this is what I'm going to be wearing and this is what I'm going to be packing. So to take off on the plane and in the evenings, mostly, I've got my trail runners, Asics, one size larger. These are the ones I took on Primitivo last year. One pair of toe socks. I've got my hat that I've worn for 3 other Caminos. It's just a lightweight, long sleeve sun shirt, 3/4 zip. One pair of track pants with zippered pockets. The reason I chose zippered pockets is I do not like fanny packs or bum bags. So in my right pocket, I will carry my phone and wallet. I have one of those small magnetic wallets. And in my left pocket, I'm going to be carrying my cash, my passport, and my pilgrim's credential, which just came a couple days ago. I also have my Timex Ironman watch. You don't need to recharge these. They keep track of the time, have my alarm. If I want to count my steps or know my location, I have my cell phone. Also, I have a merino wool t-shirt, short sleeve, and merino wool underwear. So that is what I'm going to be carrying or wearing on the plane and also in the evenings, except of course my shoes will be flip-flops. So I did change backpacks this year, and I've actually had a different backpack each Camino. This will be number 5. I did decide to go to the Osprey. I went to an Osprey Talon 22 liter, which is kind of small. That's the smallest one I've ever taken. And it is a little heavier. It weighs about 2 pounds empty. But I can't believe the fit on this one. I've wore this for already over 100 miles and hiking around here. It does not shift at all. Price point's good, about $120. The size is pretty ideal. And as you can tell, I have lots of extra room in here. And I can't believe the fit. I've had backpacks where I've constantly had to adjust them while walking during the day, and I've not had to adjust this one at all. It's perfectly fit for my body. So let's go through it real quick. Exactly 7 pounds as it is packed right now. I just weighed it. Okay. The 2 hip pockets. On the left hip pocket here, I have Kleenexes. And I also packed a dude wipe just in case. That's all on that pocket. That's my right pocket. On the other pocket, I have a salt and pepper shaker, spork, and chapstick. I also, during the day, put my loose change in one of these hip pockets so that it doesn't weigh down my pants. And that does add to the weight while I'm carrying it, but keeps me from using a fanny pack. In this, I have this nice stretchy pocket out here. This is the first time I've had this with a backpack, so that's going to be nice when I want to take off my long sleeve shirt and stuff it in there. I got that. I've got a couple of nice deep side pockets, which I actually don't use much, but they'll be there for putting on snacks. Okay, in this outside pocket, easily accessible are 2 things. My rain cover for pack and my raincoat. This raincoat we've taken on every Camino. It's an anti-gravity gear. It's roughly around $100, perfectly 100% waterproof, and it packs down, I think it weighs 6 ounces. So that's the only thing in this pocket. And on the inside, I have my electronics, which I have the European adapter, my phone cable, a very, very small USB-C, which the only thing I use that for is this headlamp. I bought this on clearance at a Coleman store for $3, and I've taken it on everyone. It puts out enough light just in case. I did not bring an American charger. The only time I'm going to be needing that is either at the airport or on the airplane, and I could just use my cord. I don't need an adapter for that. This is my laundry kit. I basically have a plastic bag with laundry sheets, about 12 foot of 325 paracord, and 10 safety pins. That's about all I'm gonna need. For the evenings, I have a pair of Hey Dude flip-flops. These are probably the lightest weight flip-flops that I've had, and they fit my feet perfectly. They've got nice support. I also put a couple of Ziploc bags, a couple of gallon size, a couple of quart size for snacks. Anything that I've got that in case it gets dirty, I can separate it. And in here is my ditty bag, if you will. This is my first aid kit. I have a vial of Tylenol with some KT tape around it, although I've never had a blister. But again, I'm going with some other people that may need help. Antiseptic wipe. I've got 4 Imodiums and 2 Benadryls in a teeny tiny little pocket knife that only has scissors on one side and a bottle opener on the other, so there's no blade on that. That's my entire first aid kit. I also have the half bar of Irish Spring soap in a Matador case. These are wonderful. You want to get one of these if you're packing. It keeps your soap solid instead of slimy and lets it dry out, but it doesn't get anything else wet. I also have a small travel deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, clippers, earplugs, and a teeny tiny little sewing kit that I got at a hotel. We've used a sewing kit a couple of times on the Camino previously, so it's kind of nice to have that. So that's actually one of my heaviest items in here. And lastly, I have one of these Sea to Summit dry bags. That's the evac, so you can squish out all the air. So inside of here is a pair of shorts. That's what I'll be hiking in. Merino wool underwear. Another pair of toe socks. Synthetic t-shirt. And that's my hiking outfit. I'll be wearing the long sleeve tee with that during the day when it gets cold in the morning. Took a polyester sleep sack with me, and I swapped out my sleeping bag for this. It saves me, if I remember right, this is 9 ounces, and my sleeping bag is 20 ounces. So I'll be saving quite a bit of weight by using that. Figure September, it's gonna be warm enough. And the last thing in here is my quick dry towel. This is the one I've used every single time. I know it's kind of skinny and small, but it's enough for me. That's it for my pack. Like I said, that's what I'm wearing, 7 pounds. That does not include food or water in the base weight, but that's normal. Because one of the days is Sunday and a lot of restaurants are closed, I actually have a freeze-dried beef barley soup that I made with our freeze dryer. I'm taking it as an emergency dinner. We did that this last year on the Primitivo because there are not a lot of restaurants and not a lot of places to stay, and we had services. I actually used it. So that's our pack for this year. Maybe I'll see you on the trail. Buen Camino.